Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. We're here with our Gor-Rok campaign once more. We've achieved short victory, but we want more. Now we are gonna brawl with the High Elves, because that's what we're doing. This is gonna have the benefit of getting rid of a bunch of their guys. So they are going to have a miserable time in all the stand-up fights, but they do have, like, some crazy armies here, right? So a couple of mereworms, like, they aren't going to go down super easy, you know. We're going to have to send Gor-Rok to fight him, you know. Anyway, it's going to be like a straight brawl. We've got dragons. We got flying artillery. Alright, I guess it's just the one army that's got mereworms, and then we got sea elementals and dragons. All sorts of fun stuff. But what we have is, of course, our two premier armies. Gor-Rok's army has regeneration for one more turn. And Tupac's army has, of course, the blessing of 25% power. So we're just going to get to it. So I think we don't call our allies to help. Because I don't know if they'll want us to. But... because they kind of like him, right? Hey, CG how's it going? But yes, you know, let's see. All right, yeah, they join us. I'm like, they're us. You know, they're supposed to do this. All right, and all right, Gor-Rok doesn't have lightning strike yet, and like, right, we declared war through movement. That only wasted a little bit of movement. It's okay. And actually, I would prefer to have this army as the base one. Because it would make me do less silly things. Alright, yeah, let's brawl. Let's have a big brawl. Yep, we'll do the first big fight, and they'll have their mereworm army will be reinforcements in this one. So yeah, and then their first army will be beating up on, and then we'll you know, probably be taking a whole bunch of damage from their army abilities. But you know, that's just how you gotta do it, right? All right, let's start. These elves never should have come here. We've got plenty of super excellent stuff. You know, seeing where the reinforcements are, not too worrisome. Alright, the army with the mereworms is coming through over this way. And then it's sea elemental and stuff out of the other side. It's going to be a big old knockdown drag out. Of course, our troops are going to get here before theirs do. This is kind of further off. Can we go over here? 3 minutes. The longer the minutes, the worse, you know. You gotta... because their first army is pretty crummy. And I think we just dive on it and beat on them, right? And that's the play. But we need to set up... need to set up our armies in a big wide formation that is like sustainable through the battle. Right, because we need to be able to just, you know, move the block around, and then if we want to reposition it we'll at least have everybody there. Sort of Scarvet totally needs to be part of that crew too. And, you know, we don't need really anybody. Alright, okay. Yeah, we can see him here. Alright, so they've got bolt throwers and then stuff that can't really get us. So we'll just dive there and probably it'll be fine. No, we'll move up this way. They don't have that many ranged units, right? Which is very good. It just means that we're going to have to, you know, get to them. Actually, I'm like, why don't we just not dive? We could just not do it. Alright. Alright, and we will just spin up here. Now, not all of our guys are perfect vigor. A lot of them are. We're just going to get up here, because this Archmage of Life doesn't have that many good abilities, but they have like a Bound Comet, I guess. That's pretty good. But now Gor-Rok is here as well, so we're going to be able to move this way. The thing is that Gor-Rok probably doesn't have anything on this battlefield that can hurt him, but he doesn't definitely not have anything that can hurt him. We dive here. They've got this dude up in the air, which, you know, could be a problem. Probably going to be okay. Oh boy, they're already here. We'll be able to get out. We'll be able to get out because we are super, super quick. We're faster than a Phoenix is somehow. That's even true. All right. They're trying to flank around, but we don't have that many things worth flanking into. Wow, we move the Razordons forward, though. Of course we do. Like, we actually need to be smart. Alright, they waste one of their abilities here. Dive in here and here. The Temple Guard getting murdered by magic, probably. Alright, we are just gonna get a heal here. And throw a banishment right here on the infantry as they come in. There's a bound banishment, so we're going to be able to save more of our spells for healing. Where's Gor-Rok at? Gor-Rok is busy going this way. He's going to intercept over here, which is worth doing. We're going to get him on the Sisters of Avalorn, because they're like the biggest make me miserable type of thing. This is not like a smart way to live our lives, but it's what we're doing. Alright, so the Blessed Horn ones get totally thrown out. And wow, whatever happened here. Okay. We got deleted by some army ability, I think. Rough stuff. But it could have been just archery, because the thing is we are maybe losing. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose. I'm not sure though. No, it's gotta be fine, right? It has to be fine. It can't. Because once we get Saurus on somebody, then we'll hit them. I think there's just really strong army abilities, and we're suffering from those. We're going to drop a comet right here. Because we've got army abilities of our own too, right? They're called the Deliverance Beat, so we just need to find the right spot for it. We've got the worst possible Saurus on there. But the good news is Gor-Rok is on the Sisters of Avalorn, which are a fine target. Alright, we need to... Man, that was a terrible place for an Earthblood. Yeah, we hit those guys. Oh man, we haven't been doing Rev Crystals the whole time. That feels bad. It's okay, we still never did a banishment. That's okay too. Temple Guard holding back everybody there. We need to get... I'm like, yeah, the cohort of Hwaddle just getting shot up. Of course they are. Fortunately, the Shredder of Lustria having a great time. This dude's getting beat on. It is a slog over here, but fortunately... the Razordons get out of their engagement. Alright, fortunately we had reserve cavalry over here. Because they're gonna have big scaries coming over from this side soon. And we're going to Engine of the Gods them right here. This is what the Skink Priest of Heavens is all about, okay? I just remembered we had it. Because the thing is, this fight is not over yet, but the other thing is... that a whole lot of their stuff is super mega beat up, and so the fact that ours is too is, you know... not the most important thing. These Mareworms, though, man. Of course, we have a lot of leadership debuffing things. And I think their pretty damaging army abilities are mainly in the past now, so we're going to be able to rotate over this way. We got a Rev Crystal there. We just need to throw in here. Because the thing is they have these Mirrorworms, right? But they're not going to match up well against us. Like, we're so brave. We're so tough. We're just going to be fine. We're just going to run right in with everything. It's going to be great. Because over on this front, all this stuff is just, like, mega beat up and shattered. We're going to dive on these Shadow Warriors as they come in. Because as long as they keep on giving us stuff that our Cav can feast on here, this rearguard Cav action is actually doing wonderful, and we're just going to rotate up this way. Oh man, what a fight. What a fight. This is at least 10 times as epic as the battle at the end of the Lord of the Rings movies. And of course, we ended up bringing the fight to Gor-Rok, which is very nice. We're going to hit an Earthblood here. Why not? No reason why not. Oh, goodness. Well, they had dragons. Alright. That's okay. We're just going to need to bring Oh yeah, we definitely blundered there. I thought they were on like archers mode. There was a whole other army there. We need to get out here. There's, you know, they bit us pretty bad there. That was greedy. We're gonna be fine though. We're gonna be fine. Razordons are quick, relatively quick. We're just gonna bounce out, right? They can't keep us there. And these mereworms, we're about to crunch them. It's only in Aislinn's army that his mereworms are unbreakable. And he ain't here. So we got big scary beasties here, but we're just going to rotate these guys in this direction. And then try to get all the Razordons on this dragon here. Blessed Ancient Stegi, everybody going in this direction. So we're about to shatterbox everything here. Yes, yes, yes. Boom, baby. And then we'll go this way. Indeed, a great slaughter of LT. We never even used the Supreme Shield of the old ones. Man, you know, this is how good we are. We're not even playing right. And of course, the big guy's army. Oh, the Sea Elemental is fighting the cohort. That's not what we want to see. You know, there's plenty of stuff that we need to get beaten down all the way. I'm like, no, where's... Yeah, there we are. Like, my unit details. Are they unbreakable? Not with him, not here. Okay, so we're going to be able to get rid of all of them once we get on here. But they are army lossing now. And of course, we very much need to continue the kill. All the elementals are unbreakable, but not unbreakable. They are elemental. They are going to unbind. So, an amazing fight. Wonderful stuff. A proper bashing. And now, man, if only, you know, because there's so much going on. And I'm like, I'm not even, like, using the Rev Crystal like we should have done. Here we go. Should have done that on a single entity. And we've got another Rev Crystal in this army. Where is it? Yeah, barely using any Rev Crystals at all. It's alright. And then we're just going to go to fast forward as they army loss off and run away. You know, we're just, we're going to have our regen through here because, you know, at least some of it will be nice. All right, where's the targets for the Rev Crystal then? Basti, we've got Blessed Stegi. Who else could be a good one? The Shredder of Lustria has regen, which is just hysterical. Like, we only have it for this turn on Gor-Rok's army, so we're gonna make the best of it. The Dragon Ship army abilities are so punishing. I actually think that's what did most of the losses to our army. It really hurts. Army abilities are like that, right? I thought I was fast forwarding. But the thing is, here too, is now all the armies involved here, at least, have fled. So the next time we fight them, you know, it'll be eliminated. Because there's a lot of elf scum here. But the other reason why we wanted to lead with this army, right? Gor-Rok's army has regen, so it would take less losses. This army, I thought, you know, we would take, you know, the replenishment there, but I guess not so good. And then Gor-Rok will get Lightning Strike off of this, and then we'll be able to defeat them in detail as they retreat here. Because they still have, like, at least one full stack, but yeah, they're all... Because there were, like, 6 armies here. If you think about it, it's not really the actions of a friend, is it? But Gor-Rok doesn't actually get enough experience to level up somehow. Was there really not enough to go around there? But that guy gets where he needs to. Soon that guy will have Colossal Strike. We get Mentor for the Skink Priest. Good, good, good. Skink Oracle hits a nice thing. We are 2 levels from a Carnosaur. But that was, you know, so we beat up what? That one, and one more. So that was very good. That was very good. This guy's army, you know. So now we come in and hit this one. Hey, Luke. Yes, indeed. Alright, so now time for second army, where we'll be fighting the settlement garrison and 2 of their fresh forces here. Now, they don't have too much total insanity. Sea elementals, you know, they are, of course, going to have those crazy dragon ship abilities again. So, we are going to take massive amounts of damage. Again. Really no way around it, right? I think probably half of our casualties in the first fight were because of those abilities, but we shall see. All right. And of course they, cowardly elves that they are deploying in the back here. We are going to send Gor-Rok across to pop him. Yeah, the Handmaiden, she can't beat him. She's incendiary, which, you know, matches up better, but she's still, yeah, what'll she shoot him, like twice? Even with magic attacks, he has 48 ward save and 35 missile resist, plus the shield. Yeah, he'll be fine. Because we can just walk him up here and fight the bolt throwers. Because otherwise it's just... Yeah, might as well. And we'll move... Yeah. So their reinforcements will come here in 2 minutes, and then we'll have ours... You know... Yeah, 343, that'll be perfect. They'll come out, and then ours will jump out and be able to pop them, because we're just going to move up this way at them. Alright, so we just need... Nice wide front. Yeah, you know, he at least they don't give him this much ward save, you know. We specifically have other items. Also, you know, having the other trickster shard, hysterical. And you know, we got the magic attacks from the sort of anti-heroes. Speaking of anti-heroes, Gor-Rok, the famously anti-everything. We're just gonna roll Croak up because if they want to shoot Croak, that's funny too. Croak has 75 missile resist. He doesn't have like artillery resist, but he does regenerate. Of course, Gor-Rok's whole army regenerates. Alright, let's slow it down a little bit now that we're here. Oof. Oh, it's a shield breaker on the artillery. Of course it is. We dive on the handmaiden. Alright, so one of the army abilities goes over here, does a bunch of damage, but not like a shocking amount, and we're just going to keep on jumping up here because, you know, their reinforcements won't help. Wow! The Razordons move forward. That's what I wanted them to do. Move forward into the infantry. Get a good shot. That's what I said. We notice it immediately, though, somehow, and so we don't really get bitten that badly by it. We're fighting in the trees, which is fine for us. We have Strider on that cav, and we're just going to dash through here and here. We need to get this dude onto the... oh, well, you know, on top of the artillery isn't too bad. Because that they're behind us shooting in is, like, pretty fine. Shredder Illustria is a very good bullet sponge. Honestly, I'm glad they're shooting it. Alright, we need to get out of those trees because their reinforcements are here now. They did their best working on this fellow, but let's get here and here. Scarvet there. We're about to get through. It's a bunch of Silver and Guard who are fine. Wow, 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 wow. We're getting melted. Jeez. Oh, it's the army ability. You know, why don't we just really, really late use the thing that stops all of the damage happening? The good news is the repositioning of our forces was brilliant and worked super well, and we are absolutely overrunning this reinforcing army. The bad news is, of course, they are on top of the Razordon pack again, which I cannot seem to defend for the life of me. Shredder down here. Bok over here. Bok, bok. Croak's getting murdered. Oh, he's fighting a lore master. Well, that's why. Get out of there, Croak. Silly. I mean, he'll be fine. He's still got a ton of hit points. Alright, and now just as soon as we win this fight here, we go here, we get out of the Phoenix Guard, who are not braced at least. We need to get onto these sisters before they get to light everybody in the world up just like they planned. But I think, no, come on, there we go. Like, we got shields. We're not, like, helpless here. There we go. Beautiful. Get the dive. They don't have charge defense or anything, apparently, and not only them, but the other sister set There and there. Beautiful. Pull in here and this way. They still got a dragon coming there, but that's fine. All right. Oh my goodness, Croak is almost dead. We have got to keep him up. We'll hit him with the regrowth. That'll see him through. Fighting a sun dragon here, not ideal, so we'll get a skink oracle and some spears on him. That'll even it out for sure, and then we're gonna hit a roar and hit an explosion that does not affect friendly troops. And drop a comet on these swordmasters. Yeah, baby, there's the good stuff. And Battletoad, we're just gonna get in here. And they totally dodged it. Wow. Alright, we got sea elementals there. Where's Gor-Rok? Here we go. Oh, wow. He is wasting his time chasing down fools that are gone. Well, you know, I probably told him to, right? Let's finish the dragon off there. Go this way. Here. Oh wow, I had them on melee so they won't shoot at the sky. I don't think the skink priest on this one can choose who he shoots because it's a howdah. Anyway, we also didn't do the Engine of the Gods here. Could have been handy. It's alright. The dive saves him there. The Slann is more than a match for a Sea Elemental. This is a Battletoad. This is no ordinary Slann. And of course, the Blessed Ancient Stegodon very much loves this matchup. It wants it. This Skink Oracle beating the brakes off a Sun Dragon. It says, you call that a dinosaur? This is a dinosaur. The dragon kind of looks pathetic. What you need those wings for, buddy? You want to fly away? You trying to get out of here? We have the Bastille here. I'm like, we need to actually be paying attention to these flying things because they're just going to get free value. And it would be very easy to shoot them. Yeah, we let these bolt throwers use 100% of their ammunition. What a player. What a player, right? But now they've got a bunch of Lothran Sea Guard coming in, just like we planned. You know, the squishier stuff in our army definitely got beat up very badly. And, of course, we have so many abilities and so many things that we can scarcely use all of them at this point, and we didn't. But the good news is that regen still works anyway. What's the best regrowth target? Probably Croak. No, he's healing capped anyway. These guys. Because if we heal these dudes up with the Rev Crystal, we might be able to keep this specific unit alive. Maybe. Had to talk to? Oh, it was wonderful. You know, they took a ton of damage from the army abilities, but just went in there, you know, and trucked on things. Man, Blessed Saurus, right? Blessed Saurus. Perfect Vigor, worth its weight in gold. They're just crazy great units. I should have been trying to get them this whole time. Obviously, the Temple Guard did nothing. No, they probably just got bad commands. The Ancient Stegodon, crazy value, must have fought something big. Tupac 1600 value, Battletoads are so good. You know, the Blessed Ancient Stegodons, I think their fire while moving just works really well. We need to get a couple more of those, right? Because if they're getting that kind of value where I'm definitely not commanding them to, that's the sort of behavior we want to reinforce. We're making a ton of money. Asura Annihilator, and of course, our boy Sambalbe ascends to the rank of Carnosaur, which of course turns him from a guy to a feared and venerated guy. And missile resist for Source and Temple Guard is, of course, very nice. Colossal Strike, no introduction needed, and Gor-Rok picks up Lightning Strike. At this point in the campaign, hey, look, I'm telling you, it's still a good time to have it. Missile resistance always good on a big old dude, and we can finally get a little bit more red line for the Saurus out of him. Skink Priest still has plenty of desirable stuff. We need to get the last point in movement. Croissant! So from here, they're inside. If we go like here, doesn't use that much movement. We don't get the reinforcements. I mean, we don't have to have them. We are going to take a ton of damage from that. I hate this. And apparently this will make something happen. Alright, so they move out there. And here, we'll continue this siege, and then Gor-Rok can... obviously not take this auto, because obviously we're not going to accept the loss of our guys. We may get the loss of our guys anyway because of their army ability. In fact, we may take far worse losses than anticipated because of not wanting to take the auto loss of our blessed units. We'll just have to see. We might just lose the Blessed Hornet ones, right? You know, maybe the auto was telling the truth. But it'll be an opportunity for Crook to come back from the dead. Alright, and now we see the ability is going down right there. Oh my god. Run away! Run away! Alright, we get out with relatively minimal damage. I think that one lasts for like 30 seconds, so really it's about like whether or not you can move and like whether or not you notice it. No, we barely avoid the damage. Hey, it was some. Still, we might theoretically not lose any units here, right? And that's the goal. We also definitely should be using the Shield of the Old Ones on it. Why am I so bad? Don't answer, I don't want to know. Doesn't matter why I can't play the game. After all these years. Oh, wow. We do it way too late. Yeah, the good news is we have regeneration, right? Also, where's the Rev Crystal? Why do I... Did he die? No, surely not. Because with regen, the Rev Crystal becomes very fun indeed. Alright, and then we're gonna take a massive... Oh my god, it's so much damage! Alright, and then we run here. It's just like, man, I really love that they get one every time there's a fight cycle. Oh, and then we stop not taking advantage of the regeneration. Terrible. Well, you know. What are you gonna do? It saved some units, maybe. Right. But we have made like 50k off of this fight, which means, you know, that's good. That reminds me, we need to go for global recruitment. We should have got this ages ago, because then we'd be able to get like one turn Saurus, and that makes getting the armies a lot better. Because the thing about this war is, because we had to send this army up, you know, we have nothing in the Heartland to protect it, so we're going to be losing a lot on the crackback, but 6 of his armies were here. So we occupy the altar of the Horned Rat. Now, because it's our land, we can get some blessed spawnings to fill in the army again. What do we have here? Rank 4 place. Good. And these people are not really in any shape to attack us over the intern, are they? Yeah, because this is the one that fled, and yeah, they're very, very beat up at this point. Good. I mean, I hate that happened for them. We're still using those sort of spears from the very beginning. We do want to eventually get a different set. Tupac's army, of course, is going to be physically resistant for 22 more turns. Pretty sick. Alright, so it's the cavalry that we lost, and it's the cavalry that we'll need again. Blessed Horn one's on cooldown, so we'll get... I mean, Spear Riders are decidedly better than nothing. I feel like a lot of what hurt us was the 20 charge bonus being on. I feel like we would have done a lot better in those stand-up fights without that happening. Yeah, Blessed Ancient Stegi. Let's just, and then these are anti-large flyers. Maybe they'll be interesting. And then we'll just get there. Because now these guys aren't going to be able to do much. Next turn, we either take... Yeah, we want to take Marks of the Old Ones, which will be a little annoying, but... We'll figure they'll move up here in this direction, but due to how devastating that fight was, you know, we've sent them from Strength Rank 2 to Strength Rank 6. How much do they have? Oh my goodness. Of course, he's going to be super mad, and it'll be even worse dealing with him than the other ones, because he's got, you know, he's got all the stuff, only his weapon isn't very good. It will make all the, you know, he's got a Merwin summon, and all of the elementals in his army will be unbreakable. But I guess, you know, we'll just see what happens, right? And that's what we'll do. We made a ton of money. We want to get another army here, probably right now. Yeah, right now. Of course, we are now getting level 15 dudes upon recruitment, which is super good. This Mage Priest of Life at level 5, that's just so sad to see. Do we get a Metal Priest instead of Life, given that I'm not really using the Life magic as well as we could? And then, like, this army will level up faster? Yeah, you know, why not? His name is Propylene. Good for him. We can't get a Dreadsorian for this army. Alright, we just need the things that we can't get other ways, which is the Rev Crystal, principally. And then we can get a Dreadsorian that's not, you know, the regular one, just a feral Dreadsorian. We don't want to be, like, super excessive with what we recruit, though, right? Because this army is still going to get pretty pricey. Do we not even have engines to get on recruitment here? I guess we don't. That's right. You know what? Why don't we just get a feral Dreadsorian and call it even? And we'll get one of these guys for the army. And one of these guys for the army. He starts at 11. It doesn't take absolutely ages for these heroes to get off of the ground in a big way. We need to level them up real quick, though. Alright, so that one, that one. Alright, Skink Chief gets there. We distribute all the levels. Good, good, good. We'll be able to hit the Blessed Spottings to flesh out the big punchy stuff later on. And then here, in a couple of turns, we'll pop the Rite of Resilience. And then whenever we go to fight Aislinn, we'll have Barrier on the Saurus. Pretty fun. That armory, Tupac's army is getting cooler all the time. It's so expensive, but hey, what are you going to do? Right now we can afford it. That makes it worth doing. A very good turn. And, you know, getting done what we needed to get done. This person in encampment in our land is actually kind of annoying, though, because we're going to have to deal with it, right? You can't just leave them there. But we are prepared, you know, for the ravaging of our foe in this direction. But, of course, with Mazda Mundi, and actually, you know, with this army going up here, you know, contrary to my instincts, maybe it's fine, you know. Because if you think about it, yeah, Marcus is, because he's super broke, so the auto goes super easy. We crack him, and then this army, which is coming up to ravage our lands in whatever way, we already have the counter, you know, to anyone coming up the coast. But he, Aislinn, you know, he wasn't ready for all this.
You are at my mercy.
No, I'm not at your mercy. You are Chunk. I'm like, could I get to Star Tower this turn? Well, that wouldn't be wise, because Aislinn's right there. So we can just take this turn to deal with this person, you know, because especially at encampment, you know, like, these dragon ship recruitment things are super annoying. And if you can take the auto, then you know that they're not going to get, you know, dragon ship abilities, but always only one around. Said when are we seeing the Ancient Second on Doomstack? Oh, I don't know. Maybe someday, maybe never. I don't really like unit stacks that are just one thing. I mean, they're cool, but, like, I like a more mixed army in general. Like, to me, like, Gor-Rok's army, if we just, like, blessed some of these Saurus, like, and, like, made the cool ones more horned ones, like, this is my idea of, like, a great army. Only, you know, again, with another hero or two. We specifically didn't give him the heroes when we were limited so that Tupac could have good heroes in his army. You know, but we probably could have... If I had been thinking, we should have gotten a Skink Chief earlier, even though they're not good for, like, a long while. Because they become amazing. They become so good. But they're just not good for a while, and that's a shame. We get Honored Elder. So they're not very good on foot, and they're not super good on the Pterodon, in my opinion. And he gets the Carney. Which, again, when you get the Carnosaur, now, like, 35 bonus first large with huge armor-piercing values and 80 speed, you know, it's not that fast. It's pretty quick, though. And, you know, they can get it done. Plus, they have Frenzy, so, you know, it's even punchier than they look. And we're gonna jump here on Propylene. Get his crew there. And now I'm reading that, and it's like, hero recruit rank +2. Well, if only I could have waited another turn, right? And now we get the real thing we care about, of course, which is the ability to cast an overcasted Final Transmutation for the most mana and, you know, delete the foe. You spend, like, your whole thing on it, but if there's, like, a whole bunch of single entities and you throw that on there, you're gonna know you made the right choice. It's gonna be eminently apparent. Is there a way to get another one in the pool? I don't think so. I think you just get the +1 from the thing. That's alright. You know, we really should get ITP for all characters, though. It'll be alright. It'll probably be alright. What a wonderful world. Look! Look, mainland... The mainland's looking nice. And Tehinwin's, like, happy. He's like, yeah, finally, we get to fight this guy. And I'm like, yeah, you're not getting pulled into something weird and dumb. No, it's gonna be fine. Moreover, we still are making cash over here. Here and here. Like, I think we'll be able to defend that-ish. And then we will take... Yeah, I mean, I guess we take growth. Because now we're getting 125 spawning sequence per turn, which is enough for, like a blessed Stegodon... It's enough for a blessed Stegodon every 2 turns. Of course, they don't generate that quick, but it's so much. And then, you know, when we do the right, we also get, you know, a big chunk as well, which we just did not too long ago. But it's about to turn on. I think late game Lizardmen must be among the most fun that you can have, because a lot of armies, they sort of struggle to turn the corner, or factions, you know. Some of them do it brilliantly, you know. When you're playing like Elspeth, you certainly don't feel like, oh no, now I'm late in the campaign, my armies don't feel cool anymore, you know, but sometimes it could happen. The longer we hold on to these Saurus Spears, right, we don't need them in this army. We can get anti-large from this blessed ancient Stegodon. Ooh, another pompous one, yeah. And we'll get this guy, and we'll send him off to Gor-Rok's army to finally get a skink priest in there. But we'll eventually get a whole crew of guys in there. It won't take too long for him to level up, right? Is this safe to go for? We'll wait to spend money there for a couple turns. We're super loaded right now, but we're about to go upside down pretty far. It's not a one-unit army if you have... Good point, you know, because there's a lot of variability between an ancient Stegodon with an engine of the gods on the back, ridden by, like, a reputable figure in the skink community. A chieftain, if you will. We'll wait to pop the Rite of Resilience just because just because we will. This guy is moving right into Jawa's trap. I mean, probably he'll tune him up, but the point is that our guy is doing some work. Bogey, like, man, Tehinuin, you could tell he was raring for this fight. He just didn't know how to convince me of it. Because look how ginky and ready for war my man is. He is ready to rock. He is absolutely getting out there. Alright, we just need more Saurus. Yeah, we just need more Saurus. And then after that, we'll be able to Blessed Spawning the remaining fellows together. Because here, if we can, yeah, if we march, do we get inside? Yeah, we totally do. No, it goes the round. I'm stupid. No, it's fine. We're going to allow it. We're not going back in time for this one. Feels bad, but what are you going to do, right? Here, we are absolutely going to just pop out with Gor-Rok's army and walk in this direction and see what they want to do about it. Yeah. Because if Aislinn wants to come over here and fight or something, good. And if not, then we will fight here, and it'll be miserable because we'll be fighting, you know, a colony with greater magic bolts with army abilities. But it's fine because, you know, when we put our face towards the enemy, you know, great things will happen. Marcus is running up this way. Of course he is. That's why we knew we had to move here immediately, because it was about to be annoying to deal with them. But just a couple of heroes with Mentor and these very big experience fights, we should see some good stuff. Like you say, you're part of the Dual World campaign. This map is well large enough. You can actually play well in the late game and use your entire roster. Yeah, you know, one of these days we are going to play it, but, you know, it's still so fruitful playing the base game. Chaos Dwarves, yeah, perfect example there. Where, you know, man, if you recall my Drowsoth campaign, where we, like, put together a genuinely fearsome army in the end, even though, you know, it was a little more varied than it may have needed to be. You should fight them in the hills and in the fields, fight them on the landing grounds and on the beaches, in the jungles and on the marshes. We shall defend Lustria. And if the unthinkable should occur, and the yoke of Elven domination should fall over Lustria, I believe that the lizardmen, yet in the oceans, what a good speech, man. What a good speech. Wish I had it memorized so I could just say all of it all in a row. But I merely know it well enough to know that I was doing it wrong. There's a film of it. Oh man, I can't even remember what it is. It starts, I think, like Gary Oldman, but it's if there was one that like led the defense of Itza, that should definitely be what we call it. Oh wait, I was like, auto. Wait, no, we're not autoing this. This is the fight. This is the fight. This is the realness. We've got 4 C elementals, juiced stats, mind you, at 6684. 45 fizz resist. Nasty. He's just got, you know, some. With Gor-Rok around, of course, that's a negative 20 to everything, so we're okay there. Really, it's a matter of getting on top of this 5-count Sisters of Avalorn, and since it's just us here, shouldn't be too hard. Problem is if we take a bunch of army ability damage beforehand, and also that we're kind of exposed, and also that we're fighting on water. I mean, we're kind of aquatic, but they're largely aquatic. Well, I mean, not all of his army. He, of course, has a Star Dragon. I think Gor-Rok wins the duel. I think Gor-Rok definitely would just, like, win the head-to-head. I'm like, negative 20. Oh, because we're in the water? Yeah, because we're in the water. Alright, it's not that big of a map, which is fine, you know. Really, we just need to be broad enough to where any army abilities that hit aren't going to be able to get crazy value on our whole crew, right? And then we will just put our Blessed Ancient Segedons in the front, because they have a 40% missile resist and a 5% ward save, so even if they take a huge volley from the sisters, you know, they'll be fine. And they're like, oh, it's easy for you to say. It's my life. But yeah, you know, it's about to get real. We're just gonna push Gor-Rok up right into it and hope that Aislinn dives him. We'll take a bunch of damage off a volley off the Avalorn sisters, but the thing is that once we get in, we're in. We'll try to get the Razordons on the Sky guys there. Saurus Scarvet can dive this way. After all of that shooting at Gor-Rok, they have almost gotten in a little bit. Oh, yeah, the Sisters of Avalorn moving way in front because they're a lot faster. No, they're not. I don't know why they're so far in front. Well, they are. Well, we're gonna dive them. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no, look at the damage. Oh, he's dead. And then the army ability comes in over here and deletes the cavalry. Oh, the Shredder of Lustria, my beautiful boy. I just charged him into 4 Sisters of Avalorn. Literally, what's wrong with me? The humanity. But at least the Cav can dive here and push through. Man, that's so bad. It's okay. The Shredder of Lustria died for a good cause, right? Not that good a one. Look at Aislinn getting the beat down, though. Oh, you could tell Gor-Rok had an opinion about it. And, of course, this Sora Scarvet certainly doing some work, too. And it might be the Blessed Angel Secondon, but yeah, look at him. Look at him getting beat down. And, you know, the Shredder Illustrator, he ain't dead yet. He ain't heard a bell. He's fighting a Moondragon. We got Temple Guard to support. That's a good support. Aislinn's running. Because, of course, we are on top of the guys in the back. I think they just hit us with a massive army ability here. That's exactly what happened. Rough stuff. No way around it. Oh, they're on the Blessed Razordon pack, because, of course, no one has ever used their special unit worse than me in the history of time. And we didn't even use the Rev Crystal on the Shredder of Luster, even though it would have given him 1,000,000 hit points. It's like 1,500 he'll get from it. It's alright. Aislinn gets absolutely trucked on here. Boom, baby. Carnosaur getting it done. And with him not on the battlefield, only a matter of time for the rest of these fools. That's the Oceanic Summon going away, and now we're just going to try to clean it up, you know. Not bad. Was it clean? No, but it's war, you know. And Gor-Rok, of course, you know, you can't tell, but he was fighting the whole time. The Ancients, oh my god. Yeah, okay. One of them got 3,700 and one of them got 3,500. We're just going to get some more of them. Whatever they're shooting at, whatever they're hitting, they're getting it done. Oh, it's because they do damage over time on the missile. Probably has something to do with it. Well, I sure bet he's glad he came out here. Of course, we got super beat up, but we're still standing. And moreover, you know, he used all his movement to come out here. This is one calculates odds damage. It doesn't do much. Yeah. In multiplayer, a lot of people, including very prominent casters, so the way that it calculates value is based on individual models slain or for single entities, damage done to a single entity. So a lot of stuff doesn't look like it's being calculated by the games because, like, you know, all your volleys that don't kill a unit, they show up on your unit card as damage done, but in, like, the top corner where it says, like, overall army damage done, it doesn't track, like, HP damage. It only tracks models. And I feel like a lot of people don't know that because they constantly say that it doesn't work, but it does. Do we take the money or the replen? The money. Yeah, we beat him down so bad that he's, like, gone. We lose the Blood Swamps. What are you going to do? I mean, we might have been able to try to defend it a little bit, but fundamentally, this war has gone amazing already. Not this war. This one still, you know, is what it is. We'll catch them eventually. It'll probably be a while. This army will get, they'll defend the lands, and that's good. What is the trait? I bet it's stupid. Huh. I mean, the campaign movement range at sea isn't terrible, but... Oh, and we can't fight this turn. Well, that's too bad. Well, the good news is that if they come out and fight, then we'll murk them. They don't have any real armies here. He could march and get here? I don't know. I don't know if he could actually. And anyway, we're about to be there, so I don't know if they're gonna march and get there. Nope, they're not gonna. They're gonna be. What? Ah, that's right. It's their mechanic. He's trying to get Emmerich into this. Well, I'll tell you what's up, Emmerich.
A laughable idea.
And Goldtooth declares war on us. Like, I don't care. Like, you're not bringing some other knife here onto my island. It's bad enough that you're here. Almost upside down, generating tons of money still, which is good. Gor-Rok hits 46. We might as well get to Renowned and Feared, right? I mean, it'll save a ton of money. It'll save some money. For the sake of Lisbon, Larva's good with. Yeah, exactly. You know, we can claim that we didn't really know what was going on, and then, you know, obviously it became a problem. We're like, hey, wait, we're really ignoring that? Although, you know, if we could have just we could have just built public order buildings, or done, you know, the stuff you suggested, or anything, it's fine. But the good news is that Aislinn got popped. And unless he takes over one of these armies, which, you know, he theoretically may. Because this army does not want to fight ours. This army is like, this is just a regular one too. Does he have any dragon ships here? No, we've taken out all the dragon ships that are here. There's one up here that's one, right? No? No. Okay, I guess we popped all the dragon ships in the battles so far. That are around. They're immortal, but, you know, that does mean we're... Oh! We're right here. We don't have to wait. Good deal. Most excellent indeed. We have huge replenishment, so the Shredder Illustrious, you know, just a couple turns, it'll be back in the fighting again. Alright, so we don't really need more leadership. We don't really need more survivability. Alright, do we just... We can take one more red line thing before we finish up. I mean, we could get, like, more defense or whatever, but I honestly... Like, Gor-Rok doesn't get hurt, right? So if we just get more speed for them, or we can get more punchy stuff for Dreadsaurians, or better Temple Guard, meh. I mean, more speed on these guys is fine. The other stuff barely matters. Yeah, you know, might as well. We got a bunch of good stuff. Alright, we're just gonna throw those together. And these together. We get another potion of healing, which we can put onto this Scarvet. This guy we throw a talisman of preservation on so that whenever we're careless in the future it's good. We'll spin these together to get another talisman, which we give to this guy for what I can describe as reasons. Cupped hands are the old ones. Interesting. But if we throw these together, we'll get a blue one like Itsy Grubs, which is bad. Can we get... No, we get scrap. Itsy Grubs is fine, like it reduces the cooldown. It just doesn't matter, right? You don't care about something like that. It's like, it's annoying that they're up there, but it's not a problem.
Far beneath an archmage.
I was like, we forgot to pop that. Let's go ahead and do it. Wait, commandment available. Like, show me the notification again. I don't know where. Ah, here. I think we can probably do that one now. I think we'll be stabilizing up in that direction. Some massive battles against the High Elves, but really showing how great the humble Saurus warrior is. Because, like, the annoying thing, though, is like, because if somebody's, like, one turn ahead of you in Lustria, they can stay one turn ahead of you forever. But that's what this army is for, right? Is to... No, I'm like, let's just go ahead and move out. And then, yeah, we'll just pull out all the stops, right? Like, what does that really mean? Getting one of these crummy cavalry? Yes.
I don't agree. So-called junk.
But with this army going up, you know, we will be able to stop those incursions. This guy moves here, which is a choice. And then we can go here, move to ambush, and just hope that they do something careless. They are getting absolutely destroyed here. Croissant.
Your
Your temerity is...
Still strength rank 13. Well, you know, we have done better, though. How do our lizardmen like us now? They're impressed with our military actions. And think we're handsome. Got it. Good. Oh my, Marathi certainly doing well in her war here. Well, you know what that means. We're gonna have to... Well, the good news is that these armies going to the north will have somewhere to go. And so much the better that we got the elves out beforehand, right?
misguided.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, man, this is just a shame. I can't believe we're gonna have to keep on killing elves. Man. What decent person will ever talk to us again? How will we ever, like, go anywhere? Do you think the Dawi will ever stop buying us ale? I was thinking of that specifically. I was like, man, it's just gonna break Luke's heart to see us fight elves for, like, the whole last part of the campaign. He'll be like, can't we all just get along? Please. They just want peace and trade. That's all they want. Something like that. You know, we'll wait on that. If he takes it, that'll be super annoying. Well, you can't get there in one turn. We'll see what happens, right? Do we go march here? Yeah, they won't be able to get to us in a single one anyway. Save a bit of time. Yep, if you're not in a certain part of the world, it is tricky to find elves. Hey, speaking of elves, these fools with the sea patrol walk right into our ambush. Just as planned. You want me to join the war against Marathi? I tell you what, how about you just hold off for a little while, Masta, and we'll be up there. I'll probably give you most of the crummy land, too. Faction-wide post-battle loot? I received Mexico and all the suitable land. See everything else to north, yeah. Trade offer. You get the land on this side of the line, and I get all of the land on this side of the line. We can get the Pope to adjudicate it. And now Tupac just walks into the Awakening and grabs it for free, because of course he does. And grabs another talisman. And not really sure where Marcus will go here, but it will definitely be annoying. And here we move to ambush because we're probably a little too strong for them to want to fight. So maybe they will stick around somewhere we can catch.
Out with you.
The answer is he doesn't really want peace, but after a few turns of us beating him down, he might forget about how mad he is about it. We will, however, need to keep an army over here, you know, semi-permanently until peace is propylene is funded too. Indeed, I picked up on that immediately. I was like, oh. You seek. And the old venomous, obvious little venomous. All right, here we just wait a little while longer, because while we're negative, the income's fine, and this is not very negative to be for the armies we have, because even the crummier ones, they just need to grow up a little bit with the heroes, but once they're online, the benefit of like a lizardman army at this point is it can take on so much. You know, you can say, oh, you have 2 stacks. Okay, we're good. Hey, look at that. The right gives us 1,500 there, so we're able to stop Marcus from taking the land. Get wrecked. Alright, that's what we needed. Fortunately, we win. Like I told... Well, I mean, there's a wall. We maybe would have.
Elven strives for fairness. What say you?
Melwin, you ended your trade agreement with me. Melwin. And we finally get to level 5. For another unending quiver thing, which is super good. And here we go. Commandment thing. Vault of the Old Ones. Of course, it doesn't help us fighting against Marathi, but the real exciting thing when we level up is, of course, that we get better spawning commandments, and we need to go down this tree now. So we get to tier 4 settlement, and then like we won't have climate penalties anymore. So that's actually a really amazing thing. Kigoko Kairos. Yeah, we might do that too. We certainly want to send up at least one force up here to help with Marathi, because even just one army to, you know, like be an ambusher to reinforcements, bash around and move stuff, I feel like, you know, that could be a great help. Propylene gets discovered, but not eliminated. We're going to march here to fit into the town. And now they don't have anywhere to go. Marcus has to go back this way.
Won't happen.
Can we catch them? No.
No. Not likely.
Well, he has to attack. He might attack us here or here, but the AI won't permit a landless faction that is not supposed to be landless to spend a turn without going for a settlement. It won't allow them to. We know that about them, so they have no choice. And ask ye not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee, as long as thee is these guys who are fighting us. Because with huge growth, we'll get this tier to determine the Great Plan, which has other good stuff too. And then we're going to be able to afford, like, another army. Because we're negative, but not like that negative. Not so negative that once we build a bunch of money producing buildings by spending all of our money on them, we won't eventually make money. Money, money, money.
Feel my power.
I wonder what those armies are like. Mazda's army is... I mean, that's respectable, right? 2 Feral Dreadsaurians is not like a walk in the park. He just doesn't have a whole lot. But, you know, we're going to help. We're going to help him real soon. Kairos, yeah. Kairos would probably be able to beat Gor-Rok in a fight, but maybe not. Gor-Rok, like, isn't as dependent on his physical resist now that he has 43 ward save running around. That's a big run. 48, right? Oh yeah, we got attack. 48 ward save. I mean, that's still a beefy dude to beat on. All right.
You are not him. That won't work.
Yeah. Like what, you couldn't get rid of that too? Like, I'm doing my best here. You're letting him walk all over you. He's hitting you right in the face. I'm like, yeah, but... And just like I was afraid of at the very beginning when I was like, I have to, because I didn't have the movement to sack or raise the thing. I had to take it to trade it to Hinduin because I had to get the Skull Taker on time. And I was like, I feel like we're not going to be able to ever get another Skaven fight with Gor-Rok if we do this, but it's worth it. And it was worth it. Honestly, getting magic attacks might be better. Did we not move this army last turn? We just sat here? Yeah, I think that's what I did. That's bad. Well, we gotta do something, right? Oh my god, Tehinuan now is thinking about going to go fight him? Well, I guess we could send Gor-Rok to the south to see what's going on, right? Yeah, I mean, no reason not to. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna keep on coming, maybe forever, but, you know, his time is done. Marcus didn't attack. I thought he had to. He didn't. We'll hop off there, and now this person won't be able to get into the Blood Swamps. I don't think they have the movement to attack there. Good, good, good. Yeah, underway, right. candy it would be. Alright, so there's a mysterious island here. I think, obviously, Tupac has to go check it out. Oh, my heart. It bursts with joy. It's the greatest campaign ever. Oh. You know, I didn't know they got that. It's just a baby shield heal once, but a 20% ward save drop. Pretty sick. This guy gets to level 40. Good, good, good. All right, wonderful. Did you realize how the lizard depop to the whole planet? Exactly, you know, exactly. We get it done. And this tech that removes all climate penalties if you're at level 4 or 5, that's super good. Because, especially in the late game as you're moving in, you know, you take over a level 4 place, decent. And then he gets the Seafarer trait. Propylene here can catch him. Oh, they tried to run. Oh, they run right into the arms. Yeah, good job, guys. It would have been funny to do it, but unnecessary. Alright, and we've eliminated the Hunts Marshall's expedition. Again. Again, we have. He can get on his way. Like, do we send Propylene to defend this forever? I hate the idea of defending it all. You know me, I hate the idea of defending it all.
You will soon see how it all ends.
But Aislinn, you know, he'll be down to 1 settlement soon. Maybe he lost his original settlement somewhere, right? Maybe he did, and maybe his last one is, like, really crummy. And we're just building sequence building after sequence building. And when they pay off, it's nothing but payoff. Does UC lanes? I think so. I believe he does, but only his faction-specific ones. But I don't know if they, like, choose a task for him and send him there and then he doesn't use them anymore. I don't know. We'll find out. Alright. What do we do with Gor-Rok's army? Send him to Marathi? Because him and Tupac don't need to go to the same place. I mean, they could, though. And then we just spin up another army to defend here if we ever need one. And just rampage up here. Oh yeah. Speaking of them, they did insult us, didn't they? Grab your gats when you see Tupac. Yeah, we'll send Gor-Rok north because, you know, that's the marquee fighting to be done. I mean, there's not really a reason not to send more, I guess, to the north. We don't need more where we're at. It'll be many turns of waiting. Fortunately, we're not upside down very much, right? This is basically at parity where we are. No, 20 turns negative is basically not anything. It just means, you know, you can't spend money on your coal. My man. Looks like the prophet knew what was up already. After all, can't be just ending trade with us. Where does it all end?
Hearken the black. Be careful what you wish for. I may just grant it. Perhaps.
My life. For
I'll trade with anyone as long as they don't live next door. Also, I needed the money.
duty is purpose.
This guy's never getting into Gor-Rok's army. Actually, as we go down this, probably make a lot of money. When the trade one hits. You wonder if they'll make Arcana turn one vassal to gosh. You know, because the vassal system in this game is so poor, I don't know. It would be the first of its kind, right? Because they don't let you play one of the minor factions that starts. I mean, you could do it with Meeks' Unlocker or whatever, right? But because the game doesn't set you up to like work for Archeon.
Even the Law Master could not.
Pleading for mercy won't save you.
Yeah, so he just has like his start.
My master. You're about to find out how I became tyrant Greasus wins.
Futile and insulting.
But there we go. We get Greasus out of the stack of enemies. Because he, you know, that was just Emmerich being given land. That's like a thing that a player would do, right? Like, well, if you're going to be a problem... Get the roar. This army's getting off the ground, and we're making 170 sequence a turn now. Just so many sequence. And this army now is very punchy all on its own, right? The heroes aren't online yet, but, you know, with the Thunderous one, Blessed Ancient one, the Feral Dreadsword, it's still punching pretty hard. And somehow, of course, spontaneously, they just decide they're not gonna walk fast anymore. Classic. Get a little bit more hero cap there. Alright. Things are going so well. This blessed spawning clip is amazing too, because it's going to let us get, you know, a new blessed army pretty frequently. And you can swap commandments later. And get more spawning from that too. Hexia wants us to join the war against Marathi. He's going to be super happy. I'm like, okay, this is a second gen sign. I'm like, and one of ours, because Marathi's army spread corruption, right? I thought they did. Yeah. So. Oh, he lost Texoatl? Of course he did. Yeah, because if we get this, then it's going to give us negative 25% upkeep for all the big guys. I don't think we're going to give that back to him. Say let him lose harder. Yeah, maybe. And then try to confed him. Hey, but that's some good news, ain't it? We met him, and he's doing great. He hates us? Oh. He's bros with Aislinn. He'll get over it. Brooklyn gets cursed. I'm just gonna send Tupac off into the yonder, trying to see if he can find someone. This guy manages to get away. Incredibly obnoxious. Oh, we'll catch him here.
Insistence here is foolishness.
Well, I guess Tehenwin can do what he wants at this point. After all, there's not really anything over here for us to worry about with him. Croissant. All rats are dead. Said to him, we must find purpose elsewhere. Yeah, you know, we really sort of stole his thunder by helping out with the rats so hard. What else is there?
Sorceress of the Dark Convent.
I'm like, this land is not afraid of y'all. Maybe he should be, but he ain't. And now we're revenue positive again, generating so much spawning. Maybe there'll be a rat up here in the north somewhere for Gor-Rok to get his weapon. Oh, right, that reminds me. The other Gor-Rok quest, we haven't done it either. For the Shield of Aeons. We'll get around to it. I'm gonna allow it. These elves are like, hey, we're sorry about all that. Here's for Lothran Sea Guard to guard the blood swamps. We're not like those other ones. Like, oh yeah, Slanesh collection.
Mother of the Dark Convent.
Tyrant.
I am Morathi.
Looks like we won't have to drag our feet too hard. Ah, Gator. Old Gator. Just like, I am Morathi? Morathi. I have a name, and it's a girl's name, too. $20K there, yeah. So much. I mean, I guess it always costs that much. We're just gonna hold on to it, though. 240 a turn is enough for a premier blessed unit every turn, and we're going to stack so much of the sequence that pretty soon we're going to be able to just generate an army out of thin air. The only way it could be better is if she's just like Kislev. But you know, we made what, like probably 100 grand on that war with Aislinn, which is great because we got to spend it all on infrastructure stuff. And pretty soon we'll have plenty of Morathi warring to have. It looks like we won't have to drag our feet too hard to fight her, and we'll be able to have the opportune moment. You know, we'll swoop in. Yeah, and we'll just move up this way, then we'll get one turn of the recruitment there. We'll be ready to rock in 2 turns there.
This is absurd.
Yeah, okay, so Tupac is going to go to Aislinn's home island and burn it down. That's what we're going to do. Grab your gats when you see Tupac. Because clearly, Aislinn is going to send, not from the sea lanes, but across the whole world, these fools at me. So, time to go on a trip, right?
You will soon see.
But fortunately, to Hinwin doing the interrupt in the water. I guess, like, we could just try to get, like, if we get some land over here, too, you know, just post up there. But there's some other lizardmen over here, and, you know, we never know, they might be doing okay, too.
Far beneath an
Tyrion's like, I don't care about that dude, man. Go nuts. Oh, he's in charge of the ocean. Want to trade? My man. And he, oh right, because he's got tolerance for Itza from historically starting over there because they didn't want him to be brawling with, yeah. It's like at war with elves, and you tell him which elves. He's like, oh yeah, bet. Go nuts. Sweet wizard. Alright, so Tehinwin did amazing there with his naval defense. It would be a huge hassle for us to have to do it, but it's great for him to do it. Need to go to that island. Maybe another blessing for Tupac. Nobody knows what it'll be. We go here to reduce the corruption. I don't think it's working. But next turn, Gor-Rok will fight this army, if they're still around. Cold One Knights, how dare you, sir? And then take Pox. This one will reinforce here. Take Hexio, it's a pretty small garrison there. And then roll in here. One of them will go up to Fallen Gates. One of them will roll there. And then before Marathi knows it, she will be quite on the back foot.
Listen, but I must. So speak with haste.
Tyrion's really going to like me once we start cracking on her. It looks like Moz is doing alright over on that front, so good for her.
I am the first sorceress.
She is level 50, but yeah, all their stuff won't really help because another Trickster Shard is so good. If you just get this on your dueling guy and you put him in a blob, now that blob gets hurt. It's great. I'm like, I guess his army's fine, but is it? I mean, how do we make it better, right? We don't have a solar engine. Yeah. Could just get another Steggy. Could just leave the army alone. The Spear Riders aren't good. I mean, they're amazing. They're just not as good as Blessed Horde ones are at all. Yeah, we'll just drop them, because honestly, you know, the Premier Army deserves to be Premier. Alright, and with global recruitment now we can get Saurus. So, pretty good. 5 slot single turn recruitment Saurus means that no matter what happens, we're going to be able to so cleanly put our troops back together again. Alright, wonderful. Well, this is a great spot to stop. Would have been better if I stopped before it was 1:15 a.m., but that's okay. But anyway, there we are. Super strong. We got 10 provinces and 33 settlements. We are churning towards the victory conditions. And the things that we have to own are all right here. So, you know, all we've got to do is knock Marathi out, and then we've got this, and then it's just a matter of striking out across the map at, you know, whatever foe you need to get 15 more settlements. But by the time this little war ends, we're basically going to have sewn up a large victory, a long victory. And Emmerich pieces out. Yeah, Oxy has very clearly won this whole engagement down here. Salt is negative attrition, pretty underwhelming. Ivory is not good. Furs give you negative snow attrition. A lot of the resource landmarks aren't that amazing for Lizardmen, but some of them are okay. But anyway, it's not taking so long to get over here as I thought it would, you know. Tupac's got good movement, though. He's probably movement maxed on the army. But we'll be able to come in here, Rotha Gate Smiter, and then we'll be rolling over Marathi here. She's going to be real surprised by this. She might move towards our lands here. That would be annoying.
Hag sorceress.
But we might just recruit another army here. You know. From our buildings getting online in our tech, the Slan Mage Priests are now recruiting at level 23. That's real good. That's a real good level to recruit at. But anyway. There we go. This campaign has been a total blast, and I think it's only going to get more fun. And yeah, great stuff. And because our amazing units are mostly, you know, recruitable anywhere as soon as we take a place, gives us the freedom to, you know, do what we want, go where we want to go, meet exciting new people, and balk. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you've enjoyed. Maybe I'll see you guys at a later streamer video. Later, Luke. Always a pleasure. Later, Neo. There's CG Bang. Glad you could be here for the destruction of the elves and the reunification of Lustria. Southern Lustria. We're working on Central Lustria now, but I suspect that war with Aislinn will be the last great challenge, right? I think we'll be okay from here to steamroll over our foe. The first great challenge was Skulltaker, and then the Mask, and then Rekarth, and then Aislinn. So 4 great challenges. The Mask was a short war, but a very tense one. But anyway, good night. See you guys.